Breaking news, we are working to learn more about one of the fires tonight in Rowan County. Flames broke out at the Freightliner manufacturing plant in the town of Cleveland. We've mapped it for you. WBTV's Cam Gaskins is there right now live. So Cam, some of these pictures you're about to show us are wild. What's the latest?
Yeah, Molly, so the latest, we just got here on the scene a couple of minutes ago, and as we were pulling up, we saw a lot of the crews starting to leave the scene. We've seen roughly 10 to 12 different fire trucks and ladders start to leave the scene as it's becoming a little bit less active and the fire has been fully contained. Now, again, what we do know is that the fire was called in around 8:10 this evening, and it required a big response. Lots of different crews from Rowan County and even some from Iredell County having to come in and assist. And what we have also been told is that the fire started outside in the loading docks area on some sort of apparatus, some sort of shelves, and it became so big that it spread over to the building itself. Now we're going to show you some of these pictures and videos from when the fire was really going at its fullest, and you can just see how high these flames are, how quickly it spread, and how much of the structure it engulfed. Now at this time there have been no injuries reported, so that's some good news, at least, that if anybody was inside of the building or near those structures outside, they were able to evacuate and get out of harm's way before things escalated any further. So again, it is under control at this point. We have seen the crews start to leave at this point. There were a couple of lights behind us here that we could see, and they got turned off just a couple of minutes ago. So it really does seem like this scene is settling down, but you have to imagine there will be some sort of an investigation in the days to come as they try to determine exactly what the cause of this fire was. But again, that is what we know as of tonight, and we'll be working to learn more information as we get more updates. Reporting live in Rowan County, I'm Cam Gaskins, WBTV, on your side. Molly.
Two pieces of good news, Cam, that you just gave us. The fire's under control and there are no injuries.